Heartbroken father warns parents don't allow hours of gaming. A young man found escape from boredom playing games as the country plunged under lockdown. But, heartbroken father warned parents against it. For him, hours used to fly by as he was absorbed in the screen, said the bereaved father. But now, after losing his son, the heartbroken father warned parents to not let your kids be inactive for too long. A heartbroken father warns parents with a plea. Stanley Greening said no parent should have to live longer than their children, it's so wrong. Stanley took to the media after losing his son to a medical condition. He could have saved his son had he taken some measures. After losing his 24-year-old son, Stanley couldn't let the matter go. He decided to take the media as a medium to speak his thoughts. And began warning parents and youngsters on how his son, Louis O'Neill, lost his life. Because he spent hours on hours playing video games. How did gaming cause his son's death? His son was practically living in a rut which eventually claimed his life. He said, "My son, my dear boy Louis is gone forever. But not because of the evil virus but due to it." Stanley posted on Facebook and wrote his life had barely begun. And was still trying to find his feet and got torn away. The devastation after losing my son is like a living hell. Heartbroken father warns parents on how his son lost his life. Stanley said Louis was drowning in boredom during the lowdown. This led to a spiral of inactivity. And, eventually he found the world of gaming. And began to spend hours upon hours in front of the screen and almost no activity. He felt he found solace from the pandemic boredom and spent hours in the world of gaming. He was actually caught up in a virtual world where he forgot the real world and became less active. Stanley himself accepts he has spent countless times playing video games for hours. But who would have thought of this fate? Even in a million years no one would think of such a fate. Being inactive for so many countless hours could cause a blood clot that could take your son away from you. Just like that, without giving you a chance to save your child. Stanley said he died inside along with his son. He spoke to the New York Post about his son's health. Stanley said his son Louis was healthy and worked as a soccer coach at Centre Parks in Hertfordshire, UK. And developed a blood clot which occurs after being inactive for a long period of time. Blood clotting or deep vein thrombosis, a life-threatening medical condition, is a condition that could have been avoided. Stanley believes his son could have survived had he just moved about a little bit more. Doctor's wrong diagnosis. Stanley told 2 weeks before Louis passed away he did complain about feeling pain in his leg. He even went to a doctor also. However, the doctor said it's from food poisoning. But after his death in June, the doctor said they believed it was because of DVT. DVT occurs if you are inactive for long periods of time. A father trying to spread awareness. Stanley is spreading more awareness about the medical condition. His post says, who is warning youngsters? Who is warning anyone of any age? No one. So I am. And he said he will continue spreading the warning in the name of his son. The terrible loss was preventable had Louis or we knew such risks were there. Though it's a rare matter, a number of cases have been noted during lockdown. He even spoke to medical professionals to know more. And like many, we associate it with older people and something you are warned about on planes as well. He also pleaded to those who are working from home because of the pandemic to get out of the chair and move about. If nothing much, just stand up and walk around, and to warn kids from being less active. Stanley said if he can prevent even one loss in the name of his son, that would be one bright light shining on Louis. So stand up for Louis. A fund in the name of Louis. The grieving family has also created a campaign, Stand Up for Louis, that spreads awareness. It tells how being inactive for long periods of time can cause life-threatening blood clots even in young people. A Just Giving fundraiser is also set up to inform and educate people about thrombosis and how to avoid it.